Hello, everybody, and welcome to the August 10th Design Review Board meeting. I am going to read a quick statement into the record, and then I will turn it over to our chair, John O'Neill, to take over the meeting. So for folks attending today, thank you. This is a web-based call, and we're operating under the following procedures. This meeting is being audio and video recorded. A recording of the video will be available within 24 hours and will be posted to the Town of Waterford's Planning Department website. To ensure good sound quality, the default rule for the meeting is that everyone will remain on mute unless they are speaking. If an attendee creates an audio or visual disruption, the Zoom moderator may place them on mute or remove them from the meeting if the disruption continues. We do appreciate your attendance at the meeting, and should you have any questions about the process, you can call our staff at 860-444-5813 between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Today, we have John O'Neill, Joy Merrill attending via Zoom, and Bob Nye, member, is here in person behind us. So with that, I will be quiet and turn it over to John.
Good afternoon. Welcome everyone to the August 10th Design Review Board meeting at 4 o'clock. So we have no alternates to, are we appointing alternates today? Everyone full-time? We're all full-time. Very good. All right. Plan review today from Walter John Senkow, Safe Futures, to create a business office and classrooms at 994 Hartford Turnpike. Do we have someone presenting?
Sorry.
Someone else here.
Hello, this is Peter
Cheers, Peter.
Springfield, architect,
Good
105
afternoon.
Star Street, Mystic, here to present the architectural documents.
Very good.
I can share those documents, or we can, I don't know if you're sharing documents or which way you want to do that, but I can share them if you like.
I have a share screen here in just a second.
Mhm.
I also have Ellen Bartlett here, the civil engineer for the project. And I don't know if Ellen, you want to start out with some comments on the site?
Here we go. I think I'm unmuted now. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. This site is located on the west side of Route 85. It's previously used as a Christmas tree farm. If that helps people get oriented to it. There's 10.6 acres, and we're proposing a approximately 21,600 square foot building for Safe Futures. In addition to the building, there's parking as required by the zoning regulations. And then there's a fenced-in recreational area in the back. There are sometimes children there, and there are some classrooms for these children. So they have an area where they can play safely outside. This is just a colored up version of the site plan showing the area that's going to be disturbed and revegetated, and the landscape plan. Some of the trees are bright red, and our new program kind of puts the trees in at the color they think. And this particular maple is gorgeous in the fall. It has a lot of red, so they're showing you the fall version. The rest of the trees are shown in green. Peter, do you want to talk about the building? It's
Sure.
a lot more interesting than the site plan.
Sure. Okay, on this sheet, we have a layout of the building itself, the floor plan. The building is proposed to be 1 story. And we've got a bunch of different functionings happening under the umbrella of Safe Futures. And as you may know, the Safe Futures is an organization, nonprofit organization, I believe, that helps out victims of domestic violence. So in that program, there are several functions that go on. We have the Safe Futures offices, basically here in the green. This is the main entrance of the building. which you'll see on the outside here shortly. And then there's a common lobby for which people come in and are sort of distributed out to the different functions. They have a training room area that's up front right here. We have a criminal justice area. So in fact, we have prosecutors here. We have victim advocates that help the clients through the process. We have DCF folks here. And we also have a little mock courtroom. So there's various criminal justice aspects that go on through there. We also have what we call the partner agencies and volunteers. These are folks that help out from a volunteer standpoint for the various clients that come into the project. In the center of the building, we have a courtyard, and there's on the roof, you'll see a sort of a monitor, we'll call it, or clearest story structure that lets light into the center of the building right here. This is kind of a focal point of the building. In the rear, we have more of a staff area and some functional stuff like mechanical rooms, some bathrooms, computer lab, and a chapel. And that area opens up to the rear yard. There's actually, this is quite a large site, so there's some green areas out in the rear that we want to make available to both staff and clients. And also as a sort of a calming effect, when you look out the building, there'd be a lot of green space to look at. And finally, we have a children's area, we'll call it. Riverfront Children's Center is going to sort of run that. And there'll be some classroom areas for children of clients. There's a reading area and some office and lobby areas. They'll be able to be picked up and dropped off at their own entrance right here. And we have a drop-off area built into the site to accommodate that. And then off of that area, we have this fenced-in outdoor recreation area, and that's a secure area because, as we know, these children are somewhat exposed. And we also have on the exterior of the building several areas where there's entrances and benches for break areas. And we're really trying to focus on bringing the outside into this building to, again, create that sense of calmness that we feel helps out. Okay. On the top view here, we have the front north elevation. This is the main entrance to the building into the lobby. You have Safe Futures to the right. You have the training room to the left. We've announced this front entrance with a covered portico and an open gable to bring in more light and really try to make this say that it's the entrance. You can see that the building is made up of a main hip roof and some gabled dormers and gabled porticos. This is in keeping with the Waterford sort of architecture that we see more on the traditional side than on the modern side. And then on the rear and the right side, which you don't really see as much as you come up to this building, they're a little more sedate with just simple double hung windows, the hip roof you can see at the end. And then that clearest story you can see in this 2D view, but in fact, probably you're not going to see that structure when you look at this building in 3 dimensions. So the top view here is what you'll see as you drive into the project and enter from your car. Again, there's a lot of gables and porticos, so it's got a nice engaging human scale type feel to it. It's a pretty big building as a 1-story building, 21,000 square feet, but you don't really feel that when you drive up to it. The 3D bird's eye view here shows you that clearer story, and that's sitting in a flat roof that's on the back side, again, that you're not going to see unless you go around the back of this building, which is for most people unlikely. But the front face of it is definitely more engaging and I think friendlier in its appearance, and should fit into that site nicely. It's a very sort of pastoral kind of feeling site. There's a hill on the back, which you can see on the right there. And we intend to plant that off. So again, when you're looking out the windows of the building, you're looking into landscaping and sort of giving it a calming feeling. We're going to be using composite materials mostly, but most of the composite materials today mimic with great accuracy more traditional materials of clapboards and shingles and painted trim, but those will all be durable, long-lasting materials now that maintain the look of the building for long into the future without a lot of maintenance. And then you can see a series of light fixtures, sort of gooseneck, full cutoff light fixtures that will light up the porticos and the pathways along the building. So those are also sort of in that traditional vein. And again, full cutoff to keep the light down. And that's pretty much my presentation. I'm happy to take some questions if you have any.
Joy Merrill.
Hi, Joy.
You haven't explained any of the coloring.
Sure. So if we go back to that 3D drawing. I think Abby's doing that, yep. So on the building, we have different textures. The green areas, the light green pastel areas are clapboard. So we're looking.
That's on. It's difficult to see, and ours wasn't colored. So.
Okay.
So you're saying the flats on this Route 85.
So it's in color now. You can see it in color now?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's much better. Okay.
So we have a couple of textures going here. We have some clapboard, which are these light green, pastel green colors here, and over here, and further down the side of the building. And then we have some shingled areas, which are these sort of tan colors here and here. And we have some veneer stone at the front entrance. And that will be sort of a brown, earthy tone color. The reason for the different colors is to try to break the facade of the building down into sections, which makes it look more like a sort of a village effect rather than a monolithic structure. And the color and the textures help achieve that. And then also we're bringing in a lot of white trim around the windows, at the columns, and at the fascias and eaves. And that's in the New England traditional trim look. On the roof, we have a asphalt architectural type shingle, which also is sort of a traditional look. And we've got that in a bit of a lighter color just to make it stand out a little bit. Does that answer your question, Joy?
Yep, that helps. And then the fixtures, the lighting fixtures are black?
Yes.
Okay. And then the benches that you have placed around, are they black or color or?
Usually those would be black with a sort of a brown tone on the slats themselves.
Okay.
And that'll tie into the light fixtures a little bit.
Got it. I guess that kind of leads me to my next question on plantings. Um, And I wondered, there's some plantings on the southeast corner here to the right of the main entrance. And on one of the plans, it suggested that it was the bigger trees. And I didn't know if that was a mistake because they're not foundation plantings.
Ellen, maybe you can speak to that one.
That is a mistake on that side. It's called that, we're calling them out as Colorado spruce, which is definitely not the plan.
Okay, so that was error.
We revised.
Okay.
Very good. Bob, do you have any questions?
No, I'm just thinking ahead though, on the motion, we should make sure that Joy's comment is included.
Mhm. Yeah, I think Joy has pretty much asked all of my questions regarding the color of the materials, the Picea pungens that were right up against the windows. Yeah. How about lights out in the parking area? Are there any overheads out there?
Yes. Yeah, there are. They're shown on the landscape plan, sheet 5. You can see them.
Mhm.
And then there's a detail on sheet 7. It's really just a standard shoebox, totally shield,
Okay, full cut off.
full cutoff.
Okay.
Yes. And we did photometric plan to make sure that there wasn't any spillage on the neighboring property.
Very good. Very good. I'm personally quite satisfied with the with the breaking up of the massing on the project, situation on the lot. It's quite well done. I'm happy with this. Any other comments?
I think the coloring reflects the area where it is, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this seems to be a popular spot. I hope this one makes it.
John, just out of curiosity, the word security was mentioned, in a fenced off area for the kids and so forth. Just generally speaking, is security an issue? Is that in the plan? Has that been addressed, or is that not even an issue? I mean, I guess I think of like domestic abuse and all of that sort of thing, and I think, yeah,
Yeah,
Crazy.
Peter Springsteel here. There will be a lot of technical, mechanical devices and security cameras and things of that nature that will be used in the project. But from a planning standpoint, there are entrances for the different functions, or for some of the different functions, criminal justice in particular, the children's area, and Safe Futures main entrance. Those are all separate entrances, and they'll all obviously be locked and visually surveilled. But a lot of that stuff we haven't gotten in deep into that stuff. But from a planning standpoint, we have segregated the spaces to create secure zones, so to speak.
Right. So you're
that's good. That's fine. Thank you.
So you're not envisioning additional security measures like bars on the windows, so on and so forth.
No, a lot of times what we'll do, if we want secure windows, we'll use the impact laminated glass. So basically almost a bulletproof glass, and then
Right.
then locking security from within the windows as well. So there wouldn't be anything visually disturbing like that. we're really trying to create a real friendly environment. So when these people come in, they're going to feel at home and not sort of they're in a criminal justice environment. So
Excellent point.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Any other comments? Joy?
I'm good with it. I appreciated there's some, the wildflower mix in that wetlands area. It's going to be redone too.
Mhm. Yeah, I thought that was well thought out. Like it. Bob?
I'm all set.
Okay. All right. Is there,
Happy to make a motion for approval with a note. Mark, you jotted down.
Yeah, that the planting plan in the north or the southeast corner of the building reflect accurately the foundation planting.
Yes.
Mhm. Very good. All right. Is there any other discussion on the motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Joy? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Very good.
Thank you guys
All
very
right.
much.
You're approved.
We appreciate your review. Thank you.
Thank you for
Terrific.
your
Thank you very
time.
much. Very nice
Thank you.
plan. All right. Looks like our next order of business is the approval of the minutes from March 9th.
I move approval.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
I,
Aye. Very good. Minutes are approved. Okay. Unless there's anything else, is there a motion to adjourn?
motion made.
All right. Thanks, Joy. Motion
I'll
to
second it.
adjourn. Bob will second. All in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Hey. Very good. It's great to see everybody.
Yeah.
Abby, do we
Did you
have
play
anything
any of
else
those things?
coming up?
I'm sorry, what?
Or is there anything else coming up in the near future?
The reg amendment and not for the 24th, right? As of right now, we don't have anything for DRB on August 24th. We may have some things coming up in September.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
You folks.
Very good.
Ciao.
All right.